My worst interview experience by far was when I decided it would be a good idea to tell cheese jokes in the middle of my interview. 3 cheese jokes in, I'd still received no laughs, and it was definitely one of the most awkward experiences of my life. Safe to say, I did not get the job.
So my worst interview experience was an interview for a really cool consultancy. Dressed up for it, had a full 3-piece suit on, looking really snazzy. And my phone sent me to the wrong address. I then realised this 5 minutes before my interview, when I couldn't get into the building, and had to sprint 3/4 of a mile in 5 minutes, and then arrived at their office and twisted my ankle just as I got through the door. So limped into their office, drenched in sweat, and just said, "I'm here for a job interview," and an entire office laughed at me.
I think that probably my worst or strangest interview experience was probably when I applied for something online. I didn't hear anything for about 2 weeks, didn't really think much of it, thought they weren't interested in me, and then I got a call completely out of the blue and was not expecting it. And the recruiter started going into a full-blown interview and asking me really sort of in-depth questions of why I thought I'd be the right person for the job, which was a little bit of a shock, I'm not going to lie. Managed to get through it, luckily, and then was invited to a face-to-face. So in my mind, I was like, okay, that was probably quite in-depth. I'm going to have to do a lot of research. I'm going to have to prepare a lot. Got there, waited about 20 or 30 minutes for the person to come down and get me, and was in there for about 15 minutes, and all they asked me was what stuff I've been up to and what kind of things I got up to at the weekends, because for them it was really important to have the right person in the team. And when I asked them if they wanted to know why I wanted the job, they said no.
So my worst ever interview experience would probably go down to an assessment day that I had for my last job. I actually got the job. The assessment day was 9 till 5, which was fine. After the assessment day, we had a dinner with all the interviewers, and between each course we had to change seats so that it would be interviewed by pretty much every interviewer. Mid changing seats, someone accidentally, one of the other candidates, sat in the seat that I was meant to be sat in, and so by the time I'd actually got round, there were no spare seats, and it made me look like a bit of an idiot. Luckily they realised that actually it was the person who sat in my seat originally who was in the wrong, and they didn't get the job and I did, so it's all okay.
My worst interview experience ever was when I had to go to an assessment day with a recruitment agency that specialised in filling sales jobs, and it was probably the worst experience ever because I felt completely like a sheep. I was headed into a room with maybe 20-30 people, and we had to do elevator pitches, and there were potential clients there, and it was all very hectic. And we were then told that a few of us should stay and potentially meet some of these clients. We were left there to wait for about 45 minutes whilst people were slowly picked to come in and chat with them for interviews. And after 45 minutes, they then got told to leave without actually ever getting to meet anyone. And felt a bit rubbish after that. So that's, I think, actually the moment I decided that I wanted to get into recruitment, because I didn't want other people going through a similar experience to that.